is a person that lives, that is located, or that lives near your own house. Okay, we call that a neighbor. Okay, I have to admit your classmates. Sorry, give me a minute, please. Okay, I told you in British English we write neighbor. In American English, usually we write neighbor, neighbor or neighbor. But be careful, in both cases, dans les deux cas, in both cases, we say neighbor. And I told neighbor, it's e, neighbor, okay? Neighbor or neighbor, no problem. British or American English, but we always say neighbor, okay? And I told you, c'est le voisin. It is a one or a person living or located near another is called a neighbor. I think I will write this definition of neighbor. Neighbor is a person living, qui vit, ou qui se situe, or located, near another. We call that a neighbor. Le voisinage, we call that neighborhood. Neighborhood, c'est le voisinage, okay? A good neighborhood. And then I was just in the neighborhood.
Mrs.
Yes, but I can't see anybody. I accepted everyone.
Excuse me, madam. Can you accept the others, please?
Lila, I don't have, and there is no request to be accepted. I've accepted everyone. Can you hear me? Lila, can you hear me? I accepted everyone. I don't have any requests. Okay? Did you all understand the meaning of neighbor? Are you understanding when I speak? Est-ce que vous comprenez quand je parle? Est-ce que vous avez compris voisin,
Yes,
neighbor or neighbor, but neighbor? Okay, thank you, Usama. Thank you, Sarah.
Okay, Mrs.
You're welcome. The second example, le second exemple, le deuxième ou le second exemple, be careful. In French, we say second, usually, de préférence, you say premier et second when you have only two things. Quand vous n'avez que deux choses. Premier ou second. Usually, de préférence, hein, we say premier et deuxième when there is a third thing, un troisième. Okay? This is the difference. Premier et second quand il n'y en a que deux, de préférence. Vous n'êtes pas obligé, mais c'est meilleur. Okay? When there are more than two things, you say in French, premier, deuxième, troisième. Okay? Second example, deuxième exemple, a conversation between neighbors. I told you I will try to teach and chemistry and maybe some French, okay? Because you need French. You study in French. You will have to do a thesis defense in soutenance in French. And of course, you need English for all the other things, maybe for your interview, maybe for a scientific meeting, maybe if you do research for your research, you need French and English at the same time, okay? Second example, a conversation between neighbors. There are two neighbors. They are not friends. They are not friends. They are neighbors. They are young. Yes? Tell me, miss.
Can you accept the others? Can you accept the others?
Of course. But it's weird because I can't see any request. There is nobody asking me to be accepted. There is nobody. I don't understand. Now, yes. Now I can see Ikram. Okay. But I can't see any other requests except Ikram, who just joined us. Hello, Ikram.
Hello,
okay. Are you ready to start the conversation, the dialogue? Are you ready? If you're ready,
yes,
let's get into it.
Yes. Yes, miss, ready.
Okay, let's get David and Sarah are neighbors. They know each other because they are neighbors. They are not friends. They are just neighbors, but they are both young. And here is the conversation that they have. Sarah. Hello, David. How are you today? David, I'm good. Thank you. How are you? Sarah, I'm fine too. What are you up to? Let me repeat. Hello, David. How are you today? Sarah says, hello, David. She could say instead of hello, she can say, what do you think? What can she
Hi.
say instead of
Hi.
Hey.
hey? Hey, David. H-E-Y. Hey, David. Hi, David. Hello, David. Good morning or good afternoon, David. Okay?
Miss.
Hello, hi, or hey, good afternoon or good morning. Okay. How are you today? How are you today? Sarah could say,
Hey, David.
okay.
How are you doing?
Isham, Shuaib, afternoon. Okay. Sarah says, hello, David. She could say, hi, hey, good morning, good afternoon. How are you today? Instead of how are you today, what can she say?
How are you doing today?
How are you? How are you doing today? Or how do you do? How do
How
you do?
going?
How are you? Or how?
How is going, Miss?
Excuse me?
How do you do today?
How are things going? How do you do
Okay.
today? Or how are things going? Yes. How are things going for you? How do you do? How are you? Okay?
How do you do today? How do you do?
How do you do? Yes. And David can answer, I'm good. I'm fine. Everything okay? Everything going well? If she asks, how are you doing? He has to say, I'm doing well. Thank you. I'm fine. I'm good. Thank you. Now he wants to know the same thing about Sarah. He says, how are you? What about you? And you? Okay, because he said, how are you? Sarah asks, how are you today? He says, I'm good, thank you. And he wants to know the same thing. When you want to know the same thing, to ask the same question, you say, what about you? And you? How? He said, how are you? And
How
Sarah
about
says, I'm
you?
fine too. What about you? How about you? Yes. I'm fine too. I'm doing well. Thank you. I'm doing well too. I'm good too. Okay. What are you up to? Qu'est-ce que tu fais de beau? وش راك داير فيها in Arabic? Okay? This is the expression I want to teach you today. Okay? It is an expression I wanted to teach you. C'est une expression que je voulais vous apprendre. Okay? What are you up to? Qu'est-ce que tu fais de beau? وش راك داير فيها? Okay? And she says, she says, what are you up to? And David answers, oh, nothing special, just work. And you? Rien de particulier, seulement le travail. And you? Same, la même chose, same. I have been busy with work. Do you know the meaning of busy?
Occupé.
Yes.
Occupé. When you have a lot to do, you say, I am busy. When you have a lot to do, beaucoup à faire, a lot to do, you can say, I am busy. We don't say busy, okay? I am busy. If a person you know calls you on the phone and you have a lot to do, you can say, good morning, for example, for your sister, good morning. Can I call you back later? Can I call you back later? I am quite busy right now. Est-ce que je pourrais te rappeler? Je suis plutôt occupée pour le moment. Can I call you back? I am busy right now. Je suis occupée en ce moment. To call, c'est appeler. To call back, c'est rappeler. Okay? Can I call you back later? I'm quite busy right now. I'm busy right now. Quite, c'est plutôt. Je suis plutôt occupée. I'm busy. Okay? If you have a lot to do, you say I'm busy. If you had so many things to do that actually you are extremely busy, you can say I am overwhelmed. Overwhelmed. But I will teach you this. I think I have a lesson in which I use overwhelmed. Maybe the next one, inshallah. Okay? Overwhelmed means je suis dépassée. To be busy, c'est être occupé. To be overwhelmed, c'est être dépassé. Okay, do you understand? Are you following?
Yes. Yes, miss.
Yes.
Okay. Same, I have been busy with work. David says, we should try. On devrait essayer. We should try to. On devrait essayer. He doesn't say we must try, because it means that it is mandatory, that it is an obligatory or mandatory. C'est nécessaire, obligatoire. Mandatory, c'est obligatoire. Non, c'est pas obligatoire. He is just suggesting. Il est en train de proposer. He can't say we must. No, he say we should, which means that it could be a good idea. We should. It could be a good idea. If he said we must, it means that it's mandatory, it's obligatory, and it's not, of course. Si il dit we must, ça veut dire que c'est obligatoire, strictement nécessaire, mais c'est pas le cas. He's just suggesting. Il est seulement en train de suggérer. Okay? We should try to spend. To spend. To spend, c'est passé. To spend time. In the past, it is an irregular verb, which means that in the past, it becomes spent with T instead of D. C'est un verbe irrégulier, donc ça veut dire passer du temps. Passer du temps dans la nature, passer du temps avec ses amis, passer du temps avec sa famille, ou passer du bon temps, to spend a pleasant time. Spend is an irregular verb. C'est un verbe irrégulier qui devient donc dans le passé, et il faut utiliser le T à la place du D. You have to replace T, D by T. Okay? Okay?
Yes.
Okay, we should try to spend a pleasant weekend to rest a little. We should try to spend a pleasant weekend to rest a little. What about pleasant? What is the meaning of pleasant? Pleasant comes from the word. What's the noun? What's the
Pleasant.
noun of this adjective? Pleasure. Pleasant comes from pleasure. Le plaisir. Plaisant. Même en français, on dit, even in French, we say plaisant. But we don't use it a lot, but we can use it, okay? Plaisant. Something plaisant, c'est quelque chose d'agréable. Something pleasant is something that brings you joy, pleasure. Something that you like to do. Quelque chose que vous aimez faire. C'est quelque chose de plaisant. Something you like to do. Something you do with pleasure. Quelque chose que vous faites avec plaisir. Et something pleasant. C'est quelque chose de plaisant, d'agréable. Okay? Please write it on your copybook. Don't forget to take notes. It's important to write all the new things, everything that you think is interesting for you, write it on your copybook. Okay? Écrivez, s'il vous plaît, le sens de plaisant. Okay? Pleasant means that you do something with pleasure, something that you like to do, quelque chose d'agréable. Okay? What is the opposite of pleasant? What is the opposite of pleasant?
I hate it.
What is the opposite of pleasant? Actually, it's easy in English. It's unpleasant with UN. Unpleasant. Unpleasant. UN. UN, vous ajoutez à plaisant UN. Unpleasant. OK? Unpleasant. UN, bark. Unpleasant. Désagréable. Pleasant, agréable. Unpleasant, désagréable. OK? You know the meaning of weekend, of course. We should try to spend a pleasant weekend to rest a little. To rest. What is the meaning of to rest?
Le reste, non.
Le reste, what is left in
Reposer.
English, c'est le
Pour
reste.
se reposer.
Reposer.
En français, is to stay in English. Actually, they are similar to each other, but they don't have the same meaning at all. Ils se ressemblent, mais ils n'ont pas le même sens du tout. Rester en français se dit en anglais to stay or to remain. Remain or to stay. In English, to rest, c'est se reposer. Write it on your copybooks, please. Se reposer. OK? Se reposer. OK? We should try to spend a pleasant weekend. Nous devrions essayer de passer un agréable week-end pour se reposer un peu. To rest a little. And Sarah agrees, elle est d'accord. You are definitely right. Tu as tout à fait, totalement raison. You are right signifie que tu as raison. The opposite of you are right is you are
Wrong.
you are wrong. You are right or you are wrong. Okay? You are definitely right. Tu as totalement raison. I will teach you next time, inshallah, the meaning of definitely. Okay? Definitely is used when you want to say, when you are 1% sure about something. To give a strong affirmation, you have to use definitely. Quand vous êtes à 100% sûr et vous voulez affirmer quelque chose avec force, vous dites, vous utilisez definitely. For example, I definitely heard the noise. Je suis sûre et certaine que j'ai entendu un bruit. I definitely heard something. J'ai entendu quelque chose. Definitely means I am sure. I want to give a strong affirmation. Je voudrais affirmer quelque chose avec force. Je suis sûre, je dis definitely in English, okay? You are definitely right. What do you suggest? Qu'est-ce que tu suggères? In this case, the word in English resembles the word in French. They are similar. Ils lui ressemblent, ils sont similaires. And actually, they have the same meaning. To suggest, we don't say to suggest. We say to suggest. To suggest. Okay? What do you suggest? Qu'est-ce que tu proposes? What do you suggest? David, I advise you to practice some sports, jogging, for example. I advise you, je te conseille de pratiquer du sport, du jogging, par exemple, du footing. Okay? That's a good idea. Thank you, c'est une bonne idée. You're welcome. She says thank you. He answers, you're welcome. Okay? David advises Sarah to practice some sports. When I read the text with your classmates from the other sections, I told them about a study, a real study that I read. It was a study describing the effect of sports on the mental health of people. C'était une étude qui décrivait, it was a study describing the effect of practicing sports. C'est l'effet de pratiquer du sport sur la santé mentale. The effect of the sports on the mental health of people. L'effet du sport sur la santé mentale. Because some people think that when you think that when we practice sports, the effects are only on the body. Okay? But actually, practicing sports is good for your physical and mental health. Both physical and mental health. Pratiquer du sport est bon pour la santé physique et mentale. Okay? That study compared, cette étude a comparé, that study compared two groups. People suffering from anxiety, des personnes souffrant d'anxiété. Okay? Which is a condition, c'est un souci de santé. Okay? Those people all suffered from anxiety. They divided those people, ils ont divisé, ils ont séparé. They divided those people into two groups. The first group had to practice sports twice a week, every week, twice a week. And the others had to take medication. Okay? Medication to cure anxiety, to act on the brain in order to cure the anxiety. Le premier groupe devait faire du sport au moins 2 fois par semaine, toutes les semaines, régulièrement. Et le deuxième groupe devait prendre des médicaments qui devaient soigner ou agir sur soigner, it's too much. Act on their anxiety, OK? Qui devaient agir sur leur cerveau, act on the brain to cure the anxiety, pour essayer de soigner l'anxiété par les médicaments, les neuroleptiques notamment. And do you know what they found? Do you have an idea about the results? Est-ce que vous avez une idée des résultats? When they compared the two groups, people from both groups, what did they find? What did they realize? Qu'est-ce qu'ils ont réalisé? Qu'est-ce qu'ils ont trouvé? The study revealed that both groups actually could cure their anxiety during the time they were taking a medication or practicing sports the same way. L'anxiété a été traitée de la même manière en faisant du sport ou des médicaments. The results were the same. They were similar. They were very, very similar. By practicing sport or taking medications. What do you think? What is better for your health? Practicing sport, which is good for your health and your body.
Practicing sport.
Of course, because it's good for the body.
Sport.
Of course, because you are acting. It is actually acting on your body and mind at the same time without taking any chemical medication. But in the second group, they are taking chemical medications. They are taking chemicals that act on the brain by chemical means. It is not naturally, not at all. It's not a natural way to cure the problem. No, c'est pas un moyen naturel. They are actually, the medication is acting by chemical ways. Les médicaments sont en train d'agir par des moyens chimiques. And of course, it's better to practice sports. And do you know what they realized after 6 months? They saw, the study revealed, l'étude a révélé, the study revealed that the first group of people who practice sport actually did not see their anxiety reappearing at all. Le premier groupe, l'anxiété n'est pas revenue. But the second group, when people from the second group stopped the medication, anxiety came back. L'anxiété est revenue. Par rapport au premier groupe qui n'a pas fait de rechute. Il fallait juste continuer le sport, ils n'ont pas fait de rechute. This is wonderful. This is both mental and physical health. You have to practice sports. Actually, this is, I'm telling you, and I'm telling myself before telling you, it's mandatory. C'est absolument nécessaire. We have to choose the sport we can practice. That for example, I like swimming. In my case, I like swimming, but it's kind of difficult. I can't do that right now. So maybe we can just walk, but we have to walk 30 minutes, at least 30 minutes, and 3 times a week. Okay? Nous pouvons pas, par exemple, faire du tennis ou de la natation en ce moment. Il n'y a pas de problème. Nous devons marcher rapidement, au moins plusieurs fois par semaine, au moins 30 minutes, okay? For example. But we have to practice some sports. Do you agree? Did you understand the results of the study I told you, I just described for you? Est-ce que vous avez tous compris les résultats de l'étude que je viens de décrire pour vous? I just described. Okay, I hope you will all practice sports, okay? Sarah says that's a good idea. Thank you. Tell me, Miss.
Madam, maybe sport take a little bit longer time to cure the persons who suffered from anxiety, or it's in the same period.
Actually, it was the same period, but this is an interesting point of view. Actually, it's an interesting question. Even if it takes longer, même si ça prend plus de temps, even if it takes longer, it's worth it. Ça vaut le coup.
Yeah.
Ça vaut.
Oui, c'est vrai.
It's worth it. Because, yes, because you don't act on your brain, parce que vous n'agissez pas sur votre cerveau par des moyens chimiques. You are not acting on your brain by chemical ways. Vous n'agissez pas de manière artificielle, chimique sur votre cerveau. Parce que c'est ce qui se passe avec les psychotropes, avec les neuroleptiques. Maybe one day I will tell you about that. Maybe if we have time, I don't know. If we have time, maybe I can tell you about the effect of drugs on the brain. Actually, when it is mandatory, when it is the suitable treatment, parfois quand c'est nécessaire, quand c'est le traitement adapté, of course, some people have to take medications. Okay? Of course, this is obvious, c'est évident. Certains gens doivent prendre certains médicaments to cure some health issues, some health conditions, pour soigner certains problèmes mentaux. This is obvious, c'est évident. But when it's about some conditions that can be cured by practicing sports, I believe, mais quand c'est des maladies qui peuvent être soignées par le sport et l'hygiène de vie, the daily life, the quality of the daily life, la qualité du quotidien, I believe we have to try. We have to try that first. Nous devons essayer en premier. Even if it takes longer, but it's worth it. Ça vaut le coup. Okay?
Yeah, thank you.
Okay?
Yeah.
You're welcome. It was a smart question. Thank you. Maybe, Miss, I can, maybe if you like, it is written in French, but maybe I can share it with you. If you want, I can take a picture because it's within a book, but I can share it with you if you want to read it.
Okay, thank you.
Okay?
Yeah, thank you.
You can to me. What's your name? Manal?
Yeah. Manal.
Manal. Oh, it's nice to meet you, Manal. I believe it's, I think it's the first time I hear your voice.
No, the second time. No, the second time.
Okay. Thank you, Manal.
Okay.
Thank you for
Thank
sharing.
you.
You're welcome. So Sarah says, David says, you're welcome. It was nice talking to you, Sarah. This is a polite way to end a conversation. Sorry. It is a polite way to end a conversation. C'est une manière polie de finir une conversation. C'est une manière polie de finir une conversation, qu'elle soit téléphonique ou là que vous rencontrez quelqu'un. Speaking to a person on the phone, or maybe talking to a person, to a neighbor or a friend. But if you want to be polite and you want to end the conversation, you can say, "It was nice talking to you. It was nice. Talking to you. It was nice working with you. This is a polite way to end the conversation. It was nice talking to you, Sarah." Sarah answers, "It was nice talking to you too. See you around. Bye." See you around means see you soon. See you later. Okay? See you later. One of your classmates asked me, one of your classmates from another section asked me, I said, around means autour. And I said, be careful. This is what we call in English an idiom. C'est une expression, idiom. I-D-I-O-M, I-D-I-O-M, which means an expression used in a language. Une expression utilisée dans une certaine langue, en anglais, ça s'appelle idiom. An idiom is an expression that can't be understood by the meaning of its words. C'est une expression qui ne peut pas être comprise par le sens des mots pris séparément. Because, this is a good example. If you read, see you around, je te vois autour. This is, of course, this is not the meaning of this expression. You cannot understand this expression by the meaning of each word. No, you have. It is an expression that has its own meaning. C'est une expression qui a son propre sens, pas par les mots pris un à un. Mais si تحكموا كلمة بكلمة, vous allez comprendre cette expression. Non, en anglais, il y en a plein. Il y a beaucoup d'idioms. There are plenty of idioms in English. There are a lot, okay? See you around means see you soon, see you later. Please write it on copybook. Don't forget to take notes. Okay, see you around. Bye. Who wants to play Sarah and David and read this dialogue?
I can, Mother.
Come on. Sarah? Yes, that's actually suitable. Oui, ça vous conviendrait. That's totally suitable. That's definitely suitable for you. Maybe a boy to play David. Hey guys, who wants to play David? Anybody? Shu'aib, Lila asks Shu'aib. Do you agree? Okay, if Shu'aib doesn't agree, maybe another. Hey, boys, where are you? Do you want to try? And I promise I will help you. What do you think? I promise I will help you. We are here to learn. On est ici pour apprendre. Il n'y a pas de problème. Vous lisez, vous vous trompez, vous répétez, je vous aide. No problem. We are here to improve our English, our pronunciation at the same time, and chemistry if possible. Okay? Who wants to read? Okay, maybe we can start with the girls first, and you will, maybe some boys will read later. Sarah, you want to read with? Who wants to read? Who
I
wants to
can
read?
read.
What about you girls? Shayma?
I
Okay,
can.
Sarah and Shayma will start. Okay, Shayma and Sarah will
Okay.
start. Please listen to your friends, and we will see later. Melissa, you want to read too?
Yes, miss.
مدام نقدر
With
نهدر.
who wants to? After Shayma and Sarah, Usama and Melissa
Okay.
will read. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you. To your friends and go ahead, please read.
Okay.
Give me a minute, please. Sorry, go ahead, please. Tell me, what is going on? Is there a problem with your network connection? Can you start, please, girls?
I'm
Please
waiting for
start.
Sarah
Go
to
ahead.
start.
Ah, sorry. No. Start, please. I was listening.
Okay. Hello,
Go ahead. Who play? Sarah will play Sarah, and I don't remember the name of the other.
Shayma.
Shayma will be David. Okay, please go ahead. No problem, David. It's just to learn. Okay, go ahead, please.
Hello, David. How are you today? I'm good, thank you. How are you? I'm fine too. What are you up to? Oh, nothing special, just work. And you? Same. I have been busy with work. Well, we should try to spend a pleasant weekend to rest a little. You are definitely right. What do you suggest? I advise you to practice some sport. Jogging, for example. That's a good idea. Thank you. You're welcome. It was a nice talking to you, Sarah. It was nice talking to you too. See you around. Bye. Bye.
Thank you, girls. What about the
Welcome.
others? Yes, Usama. It was Usama, or I don't remember the name. Sorry.
Melissa.
Excuse me, Melissa with
I don't know.
With me.
your
With
classmate.
me.
Can try.
Okay, please go ahead. Okay,
Hello, David.
start, Melissa.
Hello, David. How are you today?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
I'm fine too. What you are up to?
Oh, nothing special. Just work and you.
Same. I have been busy with work.
We should try to
Busy with
spend a,
work. Yeah.
we should try to spend a pleasant weekend to rest a little.
You are
Yes.
definitely right. What do you suggest?
I advise you to practice some sport. Jogging, for example.
Some sport.
This is a good idea. Thank you.
You're welcome. You are welcome. It was nice talking to you, Sarah.
It was nice to talk to you too.
See you around.
Bye.
صحة الله.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Melissa and Usama, right?
Yes, miss.
Yeah, right.
Thank you very much. Don't forget that we say to suggest. To suggest. Suggest. Okay? Who wants to read again?
Madam, I can try.
Who wants to read again? Excuse me?
I can try.
Let me see who wants to read.
Me?
Yes, of course. You have to try. Yes, both of you girls. Go ahead. Two girls? I think it was Iman and
Me. Lisa.
Iman, or yes, Lisa. Okay, Iman and Lisa. Please go ahead. excuse me, you have a student here with you who is very, very young, but very interested in listening. Okay. Melissa and Lisa, Iman and Lisa, we said. Iman and Lisa?
Yes,
Iman,
Miss.
Excuse me? Iman, what did you just say?
I can start.
Yes, please, go ahead. I'm listening.
Hello, David. How are you today?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
I'm fine too. I'm fine too. What are you up to?
Oh, nothing special, just work. And you?
I have same. I have been busy with work.
We should try to spend a pleasant weekend to rest a little.
You are definitely right. What do you suggest?
I advise you to practice some sports, jogging, for example.
That's a good idea. Thank you.
You are welcome. It was nice to talking to you, Sarah.
It was a nice talking to you. To
See you around.
Bye. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you, Gus. What are these messages? Melissa, what do you say? They will come. What is this, Melissa? What do you mean? Huh? Melissa, what do you mean?
Miss
What is they will come view? What?
ميس with girls قلت لهم كانوا حابين يشبع عبد يهضر بعد قلت لهم دايركم في شغل ما ريبونديهاش ما مشي يقرا
Focus on the lesson. Melissa, focus. You focus on the lesson. We have a lot to learn. Nous avons beaucoup à apprendre, Inch'Allah. Thank you very much. Listen to me. I want to teach you, like I told you before, I want to teach you some expressions that you can use in your daily life, okay? Des expressions que vous pouvez utiliser dans le quotidien if you speak English, of course. And the first one is, what are you up to? It is informal. Ce n'est pas de l'anglais classique. It is informal, but be careful. It is not an expression. If you use this expression, you won't be rude. Si vous utilisez cette expression, ça serait pas impoli, pas du tout. Mais c'est pas de l'anglais classique littéraire, but we don't care. Even if it is not, it is informal, we don't care because it's not, of course, it's not rude, and you can use it, you can hear it, you can meet it, which means that it can be useful to know it. Vous pouvez l'entendre, vous pouvez l'utiliser, donc c'est une expression utile. Okay? What are you up to, or to be up to something? To be up to something means to be doing something only. For example, I've prepared for you some examples in order to make this expression clear. The first one is, she is up to no good, staying always in her room. She is up to no good, staying always in her room. Elle ne fait rien de bon à rester tout le temps dans sa chambre. Sometimes some young people stay a lot in their rooms. They waste a lot of time playing, for example, video games or watching TV shows and movies. Il y a des jeunes qui perdent un temps fou à rester longtemps dans leur chambre à regarder des films, des séries ou à jouer aux jeux vidéo. We can say they are or she is. You see, it is always the verb to be. She is up to no good. Or those young people, ces jeunes, are up to no good, staying always in their rooms. Ils ne font rien de bon à rester tout le temps dans leur chambre. Another example, I am, not the second one, this is something I have in my mind. C'est quelque chose que je vous dis de ma tête. I am up to no good in this state of mind. Je ne fais rien de bon avec cet état d'esprit. With this state of mind, avec cet état d'esprit. Okay? Second example, what have you been up to since school ended? Do you see? She is up to, I am up to, they are up to, or what have you been? It is always the verb to be, but it is in the past. What have you been up to since school ended? What have you been up to since school ended? Qu'est-ce que vous avez fait depuis que l'école est finie? depuis par exemple que le lycée est terminé. For example, you meet an old classmate from high school. Vous rencontrez un ancien camarade du lycée. After 10 years, he asks you, what have you been up to since high school ended? You can answer, I studied chemistry. I studied chemistry for 5 years. I studied in the past tense, which means that I'm not studying anymore. I studied chemistry for 5 years and I have been, which means it's still the case, c'est toujours le cas. And I have been working in a laboratory for 5 years. J'ai étudié 5 ans. Qu'est-ce que tu as fait depuis la fin du lycée? J'ai étudié la chimie pendant 5 ans. I studied in the past tense, au passé. Ça veut dire que c'est fini. Je ne suis plus en train d'étudier. Par contre, je travaille encore dans un labo depuis 5 ans. Je ne peux pas dire I worked in a lab. No, I have been working in a laboratory for 5 years. Je travaille dans un labo depuis 5 ans. What have you been up to since high school ended? Ça veut dire qu'est-ce que tu as fait de bon depuis la fin du lycée. Okay? Is it crystal clear so far? Est-ce que c'est clair pour le moment?
Yes. Yes.
Third example, are you
Yes,
up
ma'am.
to anything tonight? Est-ce que tu fais quelque chose de particulier ce soir? Tonight, ce soir. Are you up? Are you? Do you see the verb to be? Are you up to anything tonight? Est-ce que tu fais quelque chose de particulier ce soir? Do you want to catch a movie? Est-ce que tu voudrais qu'on se fasse un film? Are you up to anything tonight? Do you want to catch a movie? For example, at home, à la maison, or maybe in the cinema. In British English, we say cinema, and movies. In American English, we are going to the movies. Maybe we can catch a movie at the movies. Okay? Fourth example, quatrième exemple, fourth example, I'm not really up to going to the mall. Je n'ai pas envie de le faire. Je n'ai pas envie d'aller au centre commercial. I'm not really up to going to the mall, which means that I don't want to do that. I think I need, je pense que j'ai besoin. I think I need a nap instead. What is the meaning of a nap?
Insist.
La sieste, when you sleep, for example, 30 minutes or 1 hour in the afternoon, we call that a nap, okay? A nap, instead, à la place, au lieu de. Instead, c'est à la place de, au lieu de, okay? Last example, he looks very suspicious. He looks very suspicious. Il a l'air suspect, مشبوه. He looks very suspicious, hanging around outside. Il a l'air suspect à traîner dehors. He looks very suspicious, hanging around outside. I'm sure he is up to something. Je suis sûre qu'il est en train de faire quelque chose. I'm sure he is doing something. Okay? The question is, what are you up to? Which means, what are you doing? Or in a conversation like the one we read, what have you been doing lately? Or what's your plan for the future? Are you up to anything tonight? Did you schedule anything? Est-ce que vous avez prévu quelque chose? Okay? Do you understand the meaning of are you up to?
Yes. Yes.
Did you all understand the meaning of okay? So who wants to read this slide from the beginning? And of course, I will help you from the beginning with the examples. I'll help you. Tell me, guys, who wants to read? Okay, I can hear voices. Excuse me, I couldn't see. Who wants to read? Rumeisa? No, Lina is asking. Shaima?
Yes.
Me?
Shaima, you read before? Did you read before?
Yes, I did.
Today? I mean today. Okay,
Yes,
although
I did.
it's a pleasure for me to hear your voice, really, c'est un plaisir pour moi de vous écouter. I'm very happy to see that you are sharing with me, you are reading. Thank you very much. But I wish I could hear the voice of some people who did not read. Okay? I wish I could hear some new voices. You understand? Manal, you read, I think. Manal, did you read before?
No.
Yes,
I just
please go
spoke
ahead.
with you. Okay. Be
Okay,
up to
so read,
something.
please. I'm listening.
Be up to something informal. To be doing something. Examples. She's up to no good staying always in her room. What have you been up to since school ended? Are you up to anything tonight? Do you want to catch a movie? I'm not really up to going to the mall. I think I need a nap instead. He looks very suspicious, hanging out outside. I'm sure he is up to something. The question is, what are you up to? Which means, what are you doing? Or in conversation like this, what have you been doing lately?
What have you been doing lately? Thank you very much. Yes,
So,
thank you, Manal. Another person, another student? Another student? And a voice that I did not hear? Iman, is that you? Who wants to read? A person who did not read,
Oui,
Can
who did
I?
not read before. Iman, you did not read?
no, no,
Oh,
to read.
yes, you wanted to read, but did you read before? You read
Yes,
before?
yes, yes, ma'am.
Okay, I told you, I promise you, I swear it's a pleasure for me to hear your voice a lot, but I wish I could
Can
hear
I,
the new
Mrs.?
voices, some shy people. Lila and Lila, you did not read?
No, Mrs.
Okay, please go ahead. Thank you. We're listening.
Be up to something informal. To be doing something. Examples. She's up to no good staying always in her room. What have you been up to since school ended? Are you up to anything tonight? Do you want to catch a movie? I'm not really up to going to the mall. I think I need a nap instead. He looks he looks very suspicious, hanging around outside. I'm sure he's up to something. The question is, what are you up to? Which means, what are you doing? Or in a conversation like this, what you have been to doing lately.
Thank you very much. Don't forget that we say, I think I need a nap. And what have you been doing lately? Thank you very much. You read well. Thank you. Another person, another student?
Me.
Sorry, I couldn't see the name.
You're welcome.
Who is speaking? Ikram, yes, please. Go ahead, Ikram.
To be doing something. Example, she is up to no good staying always in her room. What have you been up to since school ended? Are you up to on anything tonight? Do you want to catch a movie? I am not really up to going to the mall. I think I need a nap instead. He looks very
Suspicious.
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 Species hanging around outside. I am sure he is up to something. The question is, what are you up to? Which means, what are you doing? Or in conversation like this, what have you been doing lately?
Thank you very much, Ikram. Ikram, just try to remember that we say staying always in her room, and we say a movie, okay? To catch a
Okay.
movie. And we say the mall, and nap, suspicious. Thank you very much, Ikram. Tell me, what about the meaning of outside? Outside. What is the meaning of out? Tell me. You want to read, Miss?
Dehors.
Who's speaking?
Dehors.
Who's speaking? I couldn't see. Sorry. Who's speaking? Miss? What's your name?
Me.
Melissa?
Melissa.
Oh, there are two
Yeah.
Melissas. Both of
Yes.
you did not read before? Les deux n'avaient pas lu avant? Les deux?
Non,
Toutes
ma
les deux?
sœur.
Okay, so Melissa.
I didn't read, but you asked.
Yes, I'm listening.
You asked.
Oui, Melissa, tell me.
What does it mean? Like outside, and I said dehors.
Yes, Yes, Mrs. You asked about the meaning of outside. Yes, what is the meaning of outside? You're right. I asked this question.
Dehors.
C'est dehors.
C'est dehors. Yes. What about the opposite of outside?
C'est inside.
Yes.
Inside.
Inside. Inside, c'est à l'intérieur.
Inside.
And outside, c'est à l'extérieur. Please write it on your copybooks.
L'intérieur
S'il vous plaît, sur vos cahiers. Write it on your copybooks. Outside, c'est l'extérieur. Inside, c'est l'intérieur. I can give you an example. It is too cold outside. Let's stay inside the house. Let's stay inside the house. Restons à l'intérieur de la maison. Let's stay inside the house. It is too cold outside. Restons à l'intérieur de la maison. Il fait trop froid à l'extérieur. Okay? Melissa Touharia, you wanted to read?
Yes, miss, if you want.
Please go ahead. I'm listening.
To be doing something. Examples. She is up to no good staying always in her room. What have you been up to since school ended? Are you up to anything tonight? Do you want to catch a movie? I'm not really up to going to the mall. I think need a nap inside.
Instead.
He looks very هذه جاتني شوية صعيبة. Fascinant.
Suspicious. Listen to me. Melissa, listen to me. Suspicious.
Bon.
Yes.
Hanging around outside. I'm sure he is up to something.
Yes. Yes, please. Can I tell me in English? You can say, do I have to read what is below? Below, c'est le تحت. Below, en bas. Ce qui est plus bas. Above, il faut. Below, تحت. Ce qui est en haut, c'est above. Ce qui est en bas, c'est below. Okay? Do I have to read what is below? Yes, please. Read it.
Which means, what are you doing? Or in a conversation like this, what have you been doing lately?
Thank you very much. Don't forget that we say since, instead, and lately. Okay? Do you know the meaning of since? Since exists in the second example. Since, c'est depuis. Okay? Since, c'est depuis. What have you been doing since? C'est depuis. Okay? Tell me, is the meaning of up to something crystal clear to everyone? Est-ce que c'est clair comme de l'eau de roche pour vous tous? Is it crystal clear for everyone? Is it crystal clear to everyone? Are you sure? Is there a word? Excuse me, miss? Is there a word you don't understand? Est-ce qu'il y a un mot que vous n'avez pas compris? Hein? Excuse me?
No.
Excuse me? Can you repeat, please? I couldn't hear your question. Or maybe, I don't know,
No.
No? Okay. If it's, don't forget that you can ask me all the questions you want, and you can ask me to repeat. I can repeat. There is definitely no problem in repeating or in translating. Il n'y a pas de problème à répéter ou à traduire, no problem. Okay? In the last example, I used the word that is quite difficult for my students. He looks very suspicious hanging around outside. I am sure he is up to something. What is the meaning of suspicious? What is the meaning of suspicious? Suspicious. Actually, something that is suspicious, quelque chose de suspect, حاجة مشبوهة. Something suspicious, quelque chose de suspect. Suspicious means that it is making you feel, ça vous fait sentir. It is making you feel that something illegal is happening. Ça vous fait sentir que quelque chose d'illégal est en train de se passer. To happen, c'est se passer. What happened? Qu'est-ce qui s'est passé? What's happening here? What is happening here? Qu'est-ce qui se passe ici? What happened? Qu'est-ce qui s'est passé? Okay? It's making you feel, for example, making you feel happy. Ça vous fait sentir heureux. Hein? Making you feel, in this case, it is not making you feel happy at all. Dans ce cas, ça ne vous fait pas plaisir du tout. Making you feel that something illegal is happening. Ça vous fait sentir quelque chose d'illégal est en train de se passer. Or that something is wrong. Quand quelque chose n'est pas bon. Quelque chose de pas bon est en train de se passer. Quelque chose de pas bien. We say that something is wrong. Something is wrong. For example, when you see that a person is unfair, quand quelqu'un est injuste, par exemple, un enseignant avec son étudiant, when, for example, a teacher is unfair, you say this is wrong, c'est mauvais, c'est injuste, c'est pas bien. Something is wrong. Okay? This is something suspicious. It can be illegal or it can be wrong. Okay? I wrote for you 2 examples in order to make things clearer. She died. To die, c'est mourir. To die. She died in suspicious circumstances. A circumstance, c'est une circonstance. Let's write it in the messages. I will write for you circonstance en français. Circonstance in French. Circonstance in French. Circumstances in English. Please write it on your copybooks. Circumstances in English, c'est circonstances en français. Circumstances. Circumstances. Can you please repeat with me? Circumstances. Please repeat with me loudly. Circumstances.
Circumstances.
Circumstances, yes. She died in suspicious circumstances. Elle est décédée dans des circonstances suspectes, which means that when the medical doctor comes to see the person who died, he can see that the circumstances are suspicious and he will tell the police. OK? Quand le médecin arrive et qu'il voit qu'il y a des circonstances suspectes, il appelle la police. OK? Second example, the public, le public. The public were warned. Le public a été prévenu, warned, to be on the alert for suspicious packages. Le public a été prévenu d'être en alerte pour de possibles packages. A package, c'est un paquet. For suspicious packages, pour des paquets suspects. Actually, when I was young, I remember on the Algerian TV this kind of messages. حملة ذات منفعة عامة على الأكياس المشبوهة. This is really something that I lived, that I experienced when I was young. C'est quelque chose que j'ai vécu quand j'étais jeune. We have been asked, we have been warned, on a été prévenu, on a été alerté, on a été alerté pour faire attention aux paquets suspects. We have been warned to be on the alert for suspicious packages. Nowadays, of course, it is not a message that we can have or that we can read on our TV, thanks God. Alhamdulillah, ce n'est plus des messages qu'on peut voir. Par contre, dans les aéroports, when you are abroad, quand vous êtes à l'étranger, when you are abroad at the airport, for example, you have to stay on the alert for a suspicious package. Vous devez être en alerte. Si vous voyez un bagage suspect, a package, a suspicious luggage or package, bagage suspect ou un paquet suspect, you have to call the police. And of course, you can never accept the luggage or the bag of anybody, because sometimes when you are abroad at the airport, there are some people who have a lot of bags, a lot of luggages. They ask you to help them. They say, I have a lot of bags. Can you take a bag for me? J'ai beaucoup de sacs. Est-ce que vous pourriez m'en prendre un? And of course, you cannot accept. This is very dangerous. Okay? Did you all understand the meaning of suspicious?
Yes.
Did you all understand? Tell me, do you have another session after this one?
Yes.
Tell me, young people, do you have? At what time it starts? At what time does it start? À
13.
quelle heure elle commence?
À 15 heures.
What?
15
okay, so
heures.
we can work 10 more minutes,
Yes.
okay? Donc on peut travailler encore 10 autres minutes. 10 more minutes. Okay. Who wants to read this slide?
Can I?
Who wants to read this slide? Yes, please go ahead, miss. The first one who asked me, I couldn't see the name.
Me?
Who wants? Yes, Lydia. And after that, who wants to read? I heard another voice. Who wants to?
Me.
Melissa? Okay, no problem. Lydia and Melissa after. Okay, please go ahead. I'm listening.
She looks very suspicious hanging around outside. I'm sure he is up to something. Suspicious, making you feel that something illegal is happening or that something is wrong. She dies in suspicious circumstances. The public were warned to be on the alert for suspicious packages.
Okay, thank you. Melissa?
He looks very suspicious hanging around outside. I'm sure he's up to something suspicious, making you feel that something illegal is happening or something is wrong. She died in suspicious circumstances. The public were warned to be on the alert for suspicious packages.
Thank you very much. Tell me, honestly, dites-moi honnêtement, tell me honestly. Be careful, we don't say honest. We say honest. There are few words in English that we write with H, but we don't say the H. It's a silent letter. And honest is a word with a silent letter. C'est un mot avec une lettre silencieuse. We will write honest, but we never say honest or honesty. We say honest and honesty. Please tell me, honestly, did you understand very well, clearly, the meanings of to be up to and suspicious? Who still has some problem with this the expression and suspicious? Everything crystal clear? Is it crystal clear? Okay. There is a person who did not understand the meanings maybe in my
Yes,
house.
madam.
Do you have a problem, miss? Tell me.
No.
Everything clear? So let's move to the last slide. C'est la dernière diapo. Excuse me. Sorry. Sometimes. Let's move to the last slide. Passons à la dernière diapo for today, inshallah. It is the last one. Do you see in the example here? He looks very suspicious hanging around. What is the meaning of to hang around? To hang around has several meanings. To hang around is a verb that has several meanings. C'est un verbe qui a différents sens, but those meanings are actually similar to each other. C'est des choses qui sont similaires, qui se rapprochent les uns des autres. The first meaning of to hang around is to pass time or to spend time, to pass time in relaxing or socializing. Si vous relaxez, vous êtes avec des amis, to socialize, c'est être avec des amis. We can say that you are hanging around, okay? She spent the day just hanging around with her friends. Elle a passé la journée. Don't forget that we say to spend with D. In the past, it is spent. She spent the day. Elle a passé la journée. A traîné, elle a passé la journée avec ses amis. Hanging around means that she was socializing and relaxing with her friends. Do you understand? Quand vous passez du temps avec vos amis, vous dites par exemple, demain, je voudrais passer du temps avec mes amis. Je voudrais sortir et passer du temps avec mes amis. You can say, tomorrow, inshallah, I will spend the day hanging around with my friends. Is it clear? Second meaning is to stay in or at a place, because sometimes we say in a place, sometimes we say at a place, it depends. To stay in or at a place for a period of time. When you say in the same place for a period of time, you say, I am hanging around somewhere. For example, I had to hang around for over an hour. J'ai dû rester 1 heure. J'ai dû poireauter. We say in French, it is informal in French. C'est informel en français, poireauter. J'ai dû attendre 1 heure, près d'1 heure. Je suis restée près d'1 heure au même endroit pour attendre le bus. When you stay in the same place for a period of time, you can use to hang around. I had to hang around for over an hour waiting for the bus. Okay? Because you stayed in the same place. The third example, the third meaning, which is informal, but I told you we don't care because we use it. It's not rude. It is not inappropriate. Ce n'est pas inapproprié ou impoli. We can use it. To pass time, passer du temps, to spend time, or to pass time, or stay in or at a place. Sometimes we say in a place, or sometimes we say at a place. That's why we say in or at. To pass time, donc passer du temps. Or stay, rester au même endroit. Or at a place, or in the company of someone. Quand vous restez longtemps au même endroit, on l'a vu, we just saw when you stay in the same place. Or when you stay in the company of a person, of someone. Quand vous restez avec une même personne, you can use I hang around. Example, I hang around the house all day. Hang in the past, be careful, it is an irregular verb. A becomes you in the past. Le A devient U au passé. C'est un verbe irrégulier. You replace A with you. I hang around the house all day. It means that I stayed in my house the whole day. All day. Okay? Second example. My mother doesn't want me hanging around the park alone, which means that my mother doesn't want me to stay for a long time in the park alone. Okay? Is the meaning of to hang around clear for everyone, to everyone?
Madame, c'est passer du temps, c'est ça.
Passer du temps, traîner avec ses amis, rester dans un même endroit. Quand vous restez dans le même endroit, vous avez passé toute la journée à la maison. You spend the whole day in your house. You can say, yesterday, I hang around the house. Donc, around, c'est autour de la maison. Hein? Autour, not in the house, sorry. Around, no, sorry. I hang around the house all day, which means that I stayed in my house the whole day. I stayed in the same place. Quand vous restez dans un même endroit, vous passez du temps avec la même personne, ou là, vous passez du temps avec vos amis. Donc, quand vous traînez, ou là, vous vous relaxez avec vos amis, ou là, vous attendez au même endroit, vous pouvez utiliser to hang around. OK? Three meanings, trois sens. Trois sens. Restez au même endroit. I had to hang around for over an hour waiting for the bus. J'ai dû attendre au même endroit, près d'1 heure, pour le bus. OK? Si vous voulez dire que je passe du temps avec mes amis, je prévois, je voudrais passer demain, je voudrais passer la journée avec mes amis. Tomorrow, I want to spend the day hanging around with my friends. Et le dernier exemple, c'est quand je traîne, je rôde dans un endroit, I say to hang around. OK? C'est pour ça que dans l'exemple, that's why in the example, he looks very suspicious. Why? Why does he look very suspicious? Pourquoi il a l'air suspect? Because he is hanging around outside. Parce qu'il est au même endroit. Il traîne, il rôde dans le même endroit à l'extérieur. C'est pour ça qu'il est suspect. I am sure he is up to something. Il prépare quelque chose. Parce qu'il est dehors au même endroit, il est en train de rôder, de traîner au même endroit. OK? I am sure he is up to something. Did you all understand the meaning of to hang around? Did you all understand the meaning of to hang around?
Yes.
Yes.
Do you have some questions? Any question for me?
No, Mrs.
No.
No, you don't? So, who wants to read this slide? Two students to read the slide, and it will be the last thing, excuse me, and it will be the last thing we will do today, inshallah. Two students to read this slide, and we will stop here. Who wants to read? Who wants to read?
B.
Iman and?
Me, miss.
Iman and Ikram. Okay, Iman start and Ikram after you. Please go ahead, we are listening.
To hang around. To pass time in relaxing or socializing. Example, she spent the day just hanging around with her friends. To stay in or at place for a period of time. Example, had to hang around forever an hour waiting for the bus. Informal to pass time or stay in or at place or in the company of someone. Example, I hang around the house all day. Example 2, my mother doesn't want me hanging around the park alone.
Thank you. Don't forget that we say socializing. Socialize. Thank you very much. You read well. And your friend now? Please, go ahead.
To hang around, to pass time in relaxing or socializing. Example, she spent the day just hanging around with her friend. Two, to stay in or at a place for a period of time. Example, had to hang around for over an hour waiting for the bus. Informal, to pass time or stay in or at place or in the company of someone. Example, I hang around the house all day. Example 2, my mother doesn't want me hanging around the park alone.
Yes, thank you. Don't forget that we say socializing, but you read well. So thank you. Okay, guys, we will stop here for today. I will ask you, please, for next time to think about an example using suspicious, be up to, and hang around. And next time, inshallah, you will read your introductions. We will listen to all of your as many introductions as possible. If you want to improve them, si vous voulez les améliorer, vos présentations ou vos dialogues, vous pouvez ajouter ce qu'on a appris aujourd'hui. You can add what we learned today. Before leaving, I will take your names. Give me a minute and you will be free, inshallah. Give me a minute, please. I will take your name. It's important for me to know who's working with me, okay? Give me a minute, please, before leaving. Thank you very much. If you need anything, if you encounter any difficulty, send me an email. You have my email address. I will send you the lesson, inshallah, as soon as possible. I am sorry, I forgot to send you the first lesson earlier. J'aurais voulu vous l'envoyer plus tôt. J'ai oublié, sorry. I will try to send you this one, this one today, inshallah. Take very good care of yourself. I hope you enjoyed the lesson, you liked the lesson, and I hope you learned. If you read the lesson again, you study the lesson again, and you don't understand something, write it down, notez-le, and ask me or send me an email. See you next week, inshallah. Take very good care of yourself.
Madam,
Thank you, Mrs.